Medical units stand by. 30 seconds to contact. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
We got him. Let's go.
Good evening and welcome everybody to another episode of Proof of Comics. This is episode 102. I'm your host, Frédéric Guimont. I'm an indie comic creator working in the space online on Twitter and YouTube, and also working on the Bitcoin Standard. We have my regular cohort of co-hosts tonight, and we have a special guest that we're going to present after. Let me quickly say hello to the chat first. We got Adam Weber at the top. Flag showing the Canadian flag, which is soon to be replaced by the American flag when we become the 51st state. Looking forward to that. And we got Wrangler 212. He's in the chat as well as on the panel. How you doing, Wrangler? Welcome to the show again.
A whole lot of Ola. I'm so excited for tonight's show. I cleaned the cheese out from between my toes.
That's too much information, but
I feel special.
Glad you're excited. Oh dear.
Gotta keep that hygiene, you know.
Where is this going already? This is what happens. We never
Sideways.
know. Yeah. Well, at least sideways is predictable. I think this is going to get chaotic.
That's why I tried diagonal. It was painful.
We are also joined by our good friend Chris Fisk. Looks like you have a new avatar today, Chris, unless I'm behind the times.
Oh yeah. I've plundered my my video game assets for something that I was working on, the character portraits. So this was Zed Edge's work.
Sweet.
So,
how you been, man? How's your week going?
Let's see. Well, I was working on the laser engraver stuff, which was fun. Then I found out that something, either the laser's dirty or I got to clean it or something, because what I was testing did not come out the way I wanted it to. It was like coming out and then it didn't. So that kind of pissed me off. And then I lived the real world or real life Deep Impact on Saturday when a gigantic meteorite exploded over Cape Cod and pretty much rocked everybody on the on the east coast of New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine.
So this is a movie you watched over the weekend?
No, that's literally happened. A giant meteorite.
Movie.
Yeah, a giant meteorite exploded over Cape Cod, and my family in like inland New Hampshire was like, yeah, we heard it. We thought it was like thunder or something. But everybody on like Hampton Beach and the seacoast, they got a nice little push from I think it was like 100 megaton dynamite explosion or something.
Oh, we do weird stuff like that here in New England.
Did you like make a run for it and find it so you could get superpowers?
Should have.
Well,
Uh-oh.
sounds like you have superpowers now. You've been transformed into an alien. Yeah, your voice.
You have the angelic voice of a drive-through speaker.
Yeah, your audio. Oh, it's back. It's back.
What'd you say about my mom?
Yeah, I think that's either terrible internet, which I lost on Friday for 11 hours, which was infuriating when you're trying to work from home. And I don't know. StreamYards is kind of a POS too, so
I think it's
can't
the
tell.
Asteroid. The Asteroid
StreamYards
has
is famous for its sound compression.
Asteroid has
Disclosure day.
side effects on you. Clearly,
Yeah.
It's affecting
There's
the,
a couple different asteroid things going on this week because there was a volcano going off, and while people were filming the volcano, a meteor struck down next to the volcano, and then a moment later, something flew up behind. Everyone was going, "Oh, UFO!" Well, technically, it is because nobody knows what it is. It was just weird. It's like a volcano erupting with a meteor impact, and then some unidentified aircraft rises up behind it. It's like, okay, we're just throwing everything into the mix at once right here.
I'm still not convinced there's enough intelligent life here for aliens to bother.
No, they
Chris, I see you're trying to talk.
Idiocracy.
So I see, Chris, your audio thing's going up and down, but I don't hear you. So I don't know if it's just visual. We can't hear you right now. Are you talking? Yeah, your audio's not coming through at all. Maybe try turning it off and on again. You are muted, so that maybe what's happening.
I think you just muted it to mess with the sound settings.
Yeah.
Am I back?
Yes, you're
Yes.
good.
Oh, woohoo!
Welcome back.
I don't know what was. I think my computer needs an exorcism.
It's the meteor, and you need to clean your laser.
Friggin'
Well,
meteor.
dude, when I was searching for the boom, because like when it happened, we're like, what the hell was that? Like my initial thought went straight to Iran for some reason, but because it was a giant bright light in the sky and boom, So
Iran's retaliating.
I thought it was an ICBM, but when I was Googling, apparently 2 days prior in South Carolina, there was another boom just like it. So, yeah, I'm interested to see if we get any more of those big booms.
Boom, chicka boom.
We had a
that was-
thunderstorm yesterday, but that's the extent of it. And it looked like a pretty normal thunderstorm, though I did not investigate, so who knows?
Yeah.
Let's
Disclosure
introduce
day.
our special guest tonight. We got John Epple on the show
How's it
tonight.
going?
How you doing,
Hey.
man?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Doing good, doing fine, man. It's like things are going well. My comic book is at the printers, so
good.
crossing the fingers that meteorite did not hit the printer because it's around where Chris is at, so you never.
Oh
know.
yeah.
But yeah, John, I'm happy you are joining us tonight because we've been chatting back and forth about inking for a few months now, and it's something that I've noticed kind of is mostly absent from the indie space a lot. Is you don't see a whole lot of inkers, people focusing on the inking job, because a lot of the artists tend to ink their own stuff because we're not as it's not as organized as say a Marvel or a DC, which are kind of like optimizing for speed and delivery and all that, or
Yeah.
for increasing the quality of the output and stuff like that.
I wish they'd optimize their storytelling again.
One
Yeah,
problem at a time.
We'll see. Yeah. But in the indie space, we're more kind of like DIY guys, doing it all by ourselves, our own way and stuff like that. So for me, it's a treat to kind of bring you on and hear about how you got into working as an inker on a gig, because you're working on a gig right now as an inker, or you
No,
finished?
I'm not working for anyone at the moment. I had talked with Karan Grant. He contacted me out of the blue to possibly do some work for him on his latest project. I believe it's called Forbidden. He had sent me a test image, but he hasn't given me the okay to share it yet, so I haven't shared it. But I did that Fantastic Four piece that I posted a few days ago.
Yeah,
that was some of his older work.
Awesome. Let me pull up some of those because we got a bunch of stuff. Because you've been practicing your inking on a lot of like old, well, other pencilers, is I guess the way to say it.
Yeah, I started on so I've had most of you guys on the show with on the studio. We had Michael Ortiz, the guy that created Arachnus. He and I had gotten to be friends, and he sent me some of his old pictures that he had drawn of, I believe it was Ripclaw. I think he said those were test pages that he drew, but as soon as he posted them, I'm like, just send me. I think that's the one actually.
This one here?
That's the first picture I saw of his. I'm like, I want to. For whatever reason, I got this crazy idea. Like, I want to ink that picture. So he ends up sending me like 4 or 5 different pages. 2 of them were a double page spread. And so I just had a field day for like a week and a half, inking all the pages. He loved them. So that turned into me doing couple of Stephen Platt images and the Karan Grant page that I shared a few days ago. And then was it Cedric Nacone, who had done some early work for Extreme Studios. I know he was associated with, I want to say, Team Youngblood. And then he moved on to do some stuff for Wildstorm as well. I shared there's a picture of a pinup that he had done of Bad Rock.
Hold on, I'm trying.
And
this
apparently he liked it enough that he shared it on his pages.
Oh, sweet.
Excuse me. So I love what I've done with inking so far. Now I know I'm not perfect. I need to work on like line
Let me start
tapering my line work more and line weights and stuff like that. But for the most part, I love it.
Dude, I understand totally. I've been practicing inking as well. We've been sharing some files and swapping them and getting some ink work done. This is because I'm trying to share our conversation without sharing all my other conversations. Not that I'm got anything particularly, but this is the internet, so.
Oh yeah. Because actually those images I was telling you guys about, that was a double page spread.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what it was. And I'm like, well, that looks weird. I got these 2 pages printed up and then I figured it out on my own. I'm like, oh my God, this is fantastic. But Michael absolutely loved it. He and I have talked a little bit about possibly doing some inking for him because he's working on bringing Arachnus back. I believe he said he's going to crowdfund it. But I think he wants to try to finish at least a book first before he really gets going with the social media aspect of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love his work. And it turns out he's only like a 3-hour car ride away from me. So as soon as I get time off, I'm trying to coordinate with him to see when he and I can actually hang out.
Oh, cool.
I think that was the first Stephen Platt that I did.
Yeah.
Apparently that was a double page spread.
Yeah.
Someone had told me about. I didn't know at the time. I had printed it up on one 11 by 17 size Bristol board.
Yeah.
And I still managed to do, I think, a fairly decent job on it.
Dude, it's amazing. Stephen Platt has got to be like hard mode for an inker, right? Because this guy has an incredible amount of detail, especially on a double page spread like this. What attracted you to Stephen Platt? I mean, he's one of the most amazing.
That is a good question. I don't know. I think I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I've been looking at his work. I've got, with my comic book collection, I've got entire sections dedicated to different artists. And my Stephen Platt section has gotten quite lengthy. And his work is starting to show up in mine. And once I saw these pages and I started really getting into inking, I'm like, I've got to at least try to see how I can do.
Now that's something I wanted to ask you about as well, because it's one of the reasons I've been inking. Like some of the people I admire is you kind of want to pick up a couple of things while you're inking them, right?
Mhm.
So how has that been? Like, what did you pick up from Stephen Platt, and
I think
how does inking like get you to learn to improve your own drawing or inking?
I think that's how, or I think that's why I started. Actually, I didn't know why, other than I'm up for a good challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw that, I'm like, I've got to at least try, because I've seen some of like how he does some of his shading, where he'll have the double lighting that he uses. He has a dedicated shaded area, and then he tapers his line work off to show like a neutral or like a medium tone. I've started seeing that in my pages because I've been working on my own like a 90s themed Suicide Squad type book, and I've been noticing that his line work is showing up in my
Nice.
in my work. So I think I one day just said, screw it, I want to see how he does this, and I think that's what all it took for me. This is that Cedric Nacone piece that you had or that I had shared.
Yeah.
I
Bedrock,
saw
right? This is a Rob Liefeld character from Youngblood.
It is.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I saw that in one of my Facebook groups that I'm in. Either Rob Liefeld's, one of his groups, or maybe an Extreme Studios group or something. But one way or the other, I was like, I've got to try that. And then Cedric and I talk here and there on through Messenger. I don't know. He seems like a really cool guy. I'd like to meet him face to face one day, but I sent that to him to show him what I had done. And he's recommended pins to me and different materials, and he's always willing to share stories of stuff that he had done, or people he talked to, like tricks he picked up from like Will's Portasio and stuff like that. So I'd love to meet him one day, but he loved that picture.
That's a good segue. You see, he recommended pens to you. So what tools are you using when you're inking a piece like this?
I'm looking for the pins that Cedric.
Oh, hold on. I'm looking at the drawing here. Let me switch up.
I think I'm looking.
We're hiding everything here. Hold on. Let me.
Seneco?
Is there a way I can show the share with our faces? There isn't, is it? Okay, let me bring you here. Okay, so what are these? These are Japanese pens.
Yes, they are. I believe they're called Seneco. I'd have to look on my Amazon page again. But Cedric had told me that Will's used to use these or still does. And all I needed to hear was Will's Portasio used it. So I was like, I've got to try. Because I've got this idea in my head that if I want to be looked on as a professional in any capacity, I want to try to use as professional materials as possible. That way, I feel, at least in my head, that if I act professional and I use professional quality materials, that I'm going to do professional quality work. So I always try to be as professional as possible when I do things. But I use these. I believe it's like a gel pen, but I get a fairly crisp line with it. I can, to a point,
are you showing something else if you're
some areas. I've got mainly brush pens I'll use for larger areas. That way I'm not spending all day trying to fill something in. So
of course, yeah.
It was like with me, like with this page of combat.
This one here?
Normally with me, my method, whether
this one's badass, dude.
I know. I believe that was in like a Youngblood source book of some sort.
This is another double page spread, right?
It was, but I figured that out ahead of time.
Yeah.
I did this one after that Prophet piece that you showed.
Yeah.
And so, I figured it out on my own, and this was a double page spread. So I had it printed up that way. But normally with me, I've kind of, every artist has their method. With me, I'll try to fill in I'll spot all the blacks first. That way, all the large areas are done and out of the way.
Really?
And since, well, apparently it's backwards. I know some artists that do it the other way around, where they'll spot the blacks last, and I guess they use it as a way to try to fill in, cover up mistakes or whatever. But for me, I fill that in first. That way, I can see that progress is getting made. Because if you're trying to render the details on this, you're going to go cross-eyed and maybe a little disheartened because you're not getting as much done as you might want.
Look at those shells, dude. There's more shells in the air than you can put in a mag. Like, it's crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Stephen Platt is one of those artists that when he came on the scene,
yeah,
as a new artist, he wowed everybody just because he just went the extra mile. Like, he went insane on the page. Like,
that's what I try to do with my work. So I figure if I emulate people that I admire, it'll show up in my work, and I'm hoping that I'll get the same kind of attention. But I try to mix my influences. Instead of being someone's clone, I try my best to try to be my own man.
Yeah.
In reality and artistically. That way people can't say, "Oh yeah, you're just a Bart Sears ripoff, or you're just ripping off Stephen Platt or whoever."
Right, because if you steal from multiple people, it's your own style. Whereas if you steal from just one person, no, but that's really the way it is.
The technical term is leverage.
If you look at this page,
thank you, Chris.
I think what got my
that's why you're here.
Initially was Michael's way that he balanced shading, and then he did line work as well. It's one of the reasons why I love Dale Keown's work. He has a good sense of shading in all of his work. I mean, besides his body language and the way he does handles his characters, page layouts, and all that, he has a great sense of shading and how to use it to add depth to the drawing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've been trying to stick with pictures that have that quality about them, so that I can see, hey, how did this artist use shading to bring out the character's face, or how did he use it to silhouette this character in a way that you can still tell who it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I know Bart Sears was big on that, and I believe Joe Quesada did as well. I know neither one of them really inked their own work, but I know they have a tendency to add a good amount of shading and line work. So I'm trying to find a balance between the two, because I know some artists where all they do is just like insane amounts of line work, and somehow they make it make sense. When I do that, it just turns into like a jumbled mess.
Interesting. And when you're inking like this, how faithful are you to the pencils underneath? Are you like religiously like delivering everything that the penciler did, or are you kind of adding your thing here and there a little bit?
I try not to add my own 2 cents, because a lot of these were artists that I admire. So I'm like, I was trying to figure out how they did what they did. Because I think an inker should maybe add to an artist, but not overpower what the penciler did. Because like when I was growing up, I would buy a comic book just because Bart Sears, Joe Quesada, David Finch, or whoever I liked, just because they did it.
Of course.
Now,
same here. Yeah.
Now, depending on, it's like some of them with Valiant is a good example for me. I wasn't a Valiant fan, but I bought Valiant books just because artists I admire drew them.
Yeah. Bart Sears was doing Exo Manowar back then.
Yep, and Turok.
Turok, yeah. I still got, I think,
and
Turok 1
I know
and 2.
Quesada did Badass Ninjak for, I want to say, two issues, maybe 3. But he also did a lot of covers for Solar. And he did some Exo Manowar himself as well. It's like with me, I was always, even before I realized this is what I like in comic books, I always gravitated more towards artists instead of like following particular titles, because that way it exposes me to more. I could see what Superman was doing or what Spider-Man was doing or whatever. But for me, I wanted to see the interesting ways that artists would present those characters. Because it's like if you look at a lot of these characters, Batman isn't going to move the same way that Spider-Man does.
Yeah.
They're not built the same. They're not going to move the same way. So I always like looking at the different artists' work so I can see how they interpreted my favorite characters.
Yeah, posture reveals a lot about a character's psychology.
Yeah.
How they hold themselves, how they are they leaning, what's their posture like? Are they back straight, or are they curved back? And Spider-Man's almost not human, like he's almost you
Yeah.
could say the same thing about Batman, but in different ways. Because Spider-Man is especially the McFarlane Spider-Man, his leg will be over in impossible positions, which makes sense in his case because he's mutated, right? He's like part spider in a way.
Yeah.
And Batman, I think, works a lot more with the shadows, right? Like
Yeah.
Batman, he's almost born to be a silhouette, like with the cape and the cowl and the the bat ears and all that. He's such a powerful silhouette. Like any kid, like any person from 4 years old to like 99 years old, they'll recognize Batman. Like it is so iconic as a silhouette. Yep. And he's a creature of the night, so it's like melting into the shadows, being a part of the background is kind of natural. It's almost his camouflage, like seeping out of the shadows, out of the darkness. And
plus, with all his martial arts training, he doesn't look or act the same way as any other character.
Have you done a little bit of Batman inking? I know
not yet, but I'm sure I have some. So I have a file stashed away that when I get the time, I want to. Because I don't idle very well. I have to be doing something. Yeah. Oh, hey now.
So this is Jim Lee.
Because I've got a file with, I want to say, some Silvestri work in there. There's a little Casada work in there.
What
I'm
kind
sure
of Silvestri
there's David
work?
Finch work in there. I know I mentioned him earlier.
Yeah, Silvestri is one of my favorites too.
A lot of Stephen Platt artwork in there, and then heck, I can't remember.
I've got a Pit by Silvestri.
That's right. I have some. I don't have Silvestri Pit, but I've got some Keown Pit that when I get the free time, I want to try to ink just because I like trying to figure out how they balance line work with the shading.
Yeah.
Because for me, I've always tried to use shading as a way to add depth or weight to a picture. Because I'm a big fan of Kyle Holtz. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
Not familiar. No.
He works similarly to Kelly Jones.
Jones, yeah. Okay.
He has a similar style, but he took it in a different direction. He has more line work, whereas Kelly is amazing in his own right. But a lot of his inking relies more on shading with less line work. Kyle has like a slightly more mainstream version of that, but he's still got a lot of shading in his work. He has some of the darkest, moodiest looking artworks I've ever seen. As I've even seen him do like cartoon characters or characters off those monster cereal boxes.
Yeah,
but the
Chocula.
way, I count Chocula, the Frankenberry. I've seen him draw the gnarliest Captain Caveman I've ever seen, but just the way he does it, it's like that is fucking amazing.
What's his name? I gotta look it up.
Kyle Holtz.
How do you spell Holtz?
H-O-T-Z.
H-O-T-Z.
Yeah, I met him a few years ago to Tampa Bay Comic Con, and I had a chance to talk to him a little bit. He's like, I first came across his work with when he was with Malibu. He helped do Nightman, and at first, when I was a kid, I was like, "Hey, that's cool," and I didn't really think much about it. Then, for whatever reason, about 10 years ago or so, I was like, I came across the same artwork again. I'm like, this is amazing. Why don't I have more of it? Now I have a stack of his books that are at least a foot thick. And then I have a section, because I have graphic novels on my bookshelf. And then the individual issues inside the boxes.
Is this the Kyle Holtz Captain Caveman?
That's not. I don't think that's not the one I
No.
was thinking of.
Okay.
But he'll have like a regular ballpoint pen that looks like some of his at the bottom.
Oh, at the bottom here?
No, right there under the one you're on.
This one, black and white one, or
Right there.
this one here?
That looks like some of Kyle's work. That
Yeah.
looks like his Lobo or
Kroll.
Kroll. Yeah.
Whoops, it's not giving me. That's terrible.
But yeah,
Navigation.
I love his work.
That's a bad quality image right there. It's 80 by 80. Yeah.
It's like if you go the Kroll that's highlighted, if you go to the right, there's a picture of his Carnage that he did.
Oh, dude, yeah, very
Yeah.
stylish. I know what you mean by Kelly Jones now. A little bit on the abstract end of things.
Yes,
Abstract, a
but-
little bit horror too.
I think he draws the best Carnage I've ever seen because he makes him. The guy is so ripped, he looks almost emaciated, but at the same time,
The quality's terrible.
Find it
on these
amazing.
images. Yeah.
but just look at the way he balances his shading and his line work. Looking at his work is what got me to pay more attention to how I shade things and try to focus on light sources and stuff like that. That's one of the things that when I got a chance to meet him, we had a good 30-minute conversation at the con, and I've just tried to absorb anything he's done since then, just so I can try to learn as much as possible. Because one of the things he taught me was like, when you look at a work, look at it and try to figure out how did the artist do what they did.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of stuck in that mode trying to figure out, hey, how did Platt draw this, or how did Dale draw that, or whatever. So I try to look at it from the same perspective whenever I draw my own work, instead of just like da da da, I'm gonna doodle. And I try to think about, hey, this is what I want to try to show in this panel. This is how I want to draw the character. This is the kind of the light source that I'm trying to go for. This is my perspective and all that. So now whenever I look at a panel, look at it, I automatically gears are going off in my head. We're like trying to figure out how did the artist pull the panel off.
Interesting. I'd also like to get into a little bit of your own creations, because you say you're working on your own comic book, your own project for the future.
Yes, because I mentioned
that-
earlier how we were doing the stream on the studio,
Yeah.
and I had done Omer glitches for a while, and then I was on Tuesdays. It was I'm terrible remembering names. Death Metal Hero and oh hell, I'm terrible. They're going to shoot me. I know it. I can't remember. I'm blanking right now, but I was on three different streams during the week to try and promote myself so people can see what I can do and all that.
Yeah.
And as much as I love doing all three of them, because that's how most people socialize now is through the computer.
Dude, it's so true. It's like the
Yeah.
new networking now. It's like you meet more
it
people
is.
on YouTube than you do in real life.
I get it, but I backed away so that I could try to focus on my own stuff. Because like my 90s book I told you guys about on Jason Bascom. I just now thought of it for whatever reason. Death Metal Hero and Jason Bascom have a show on Tuesday nights. So I did their show on Tuesday. Omer was Wednesday, and then Saturday I did the studio.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
With
I had
Don.
a good time,
Yeah.
but I was like, none of my work's not getting done. Because like
I hear
my
you.
90s book, I have the first. I decided that I'm going to do the whole story and then try to put it out. It started off as
Wait, do you mean draw the whole thing or just write the whole thing by the whole
I'm doing
story?
both actually, just because I'm a glutton for punishment.
But that's going to be like a long time, right?
Well, maybe. The first book is completely done. I
Okay.
started it on my last deployment because I was in the military, so I I started it because it started off as a half of a flip book. I figured since it was a 90s themed book, that'd be a cool little gimmick to try to sell it under. And the guy that I was working with never finished his half of the book. So I said, screw it. I'm going to do the whole story. I ended up stretching those 12 pages out to 24. I think it told the story better. And then while I was doing that, I'm like, well, screw it. Instead of trying to do one book at a time, I want to do a graphic novel. Because like most of the people I follow online that do crowdfunding, they do a graphic novel.
Yeah, it's like 32 to 48 pages.
Give or take.
A lot of times. Some people go over that. I know
Yeah.
Eason is like in the 60s or 70s with some of his books. Like
I think so.
he just adds pages.
I'm averaging around 60 or so because I'm thinking generally a regular book is roughly 24 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So I 3 times that, so 60, 68 pages. Oh, damn. That's a lot.
It is. But
Holy
there's
crap.
like European comics sometimes like come out
Yes,
per
I
year
know.
with 68, something like
I've
that.
thought about that too. I do like their method of doing books because they do the whole. Cause I'm a big fan of Manera and
Manera is like some of the most beautiful women in comics.
I believe.
Yeah. Who?
I believe his name is as Piri. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but I was a big fan of heavy metal. Magazines. Like when I was a kid, superheroes was the thing to go to, and then as I got through high school, I'm like I wanted to look for something else. Heavy Metal magazine was the something else for me, and that's where I came across. I mean, I knew of Stephen Bisley and some of his mainstream book with Lobo and all that, but I got exposed to more of what he did with Heavy Metal magazine as well as Manera, Espiri. Was it Ryan?
Manera did an incredible book called Ex Women with Chris Claremont.
I've heard of that.
I have it. Hold on. Let me talks amongst yourselves. I'll pull it out.
European artists. I love how they do it, and they seem to just tell the story instead of doing one issue at a time. With crowdfunding, as expensive as things are to print now, and to try to ship individual books, I've heard of that. But yeah, I figured the short version, that the way to go for me was to just try to tell the whole story, which I'm looking at 3 to 4 issues, I guess, to tell the story. I'm calling it Suicide Run because the book is. I was a big fan of Suicide Squad as a kid.
Yeah,
and I'm a huge fan of Image Comics. So and especially Extreme Studios. So I know they're not for everybody's. All I'm trying to do is just tell a fun story with interesting art. That is awesome.
Yeah. So Manera's known for drawing his women. And he's a European artist. And they invited him to collab on this with Chris Claremont.
I'm surprised they did that because all the ruckus he stirred up with Spider-Woman. Was this before that?
I don't know.
Because you know the Spider-Woman thing, right? Where I think it was a cover he had done.
Who?
Apparently it was
Manera?
Yeah,
Milo Marinara. Yeah.
Apparently they hired an artist known for sexually charged artwork.
He does like full on
to draw a spider.
The stuff he does in Europe
character, and
he
did
Druna.
Yeah, Druna is like it's porno. It's just porno with tentacles. It's
dude. That was my teenage years. Damn it, that's what got me into comics.
But he's good at drawing women, which is why he's perfect for this. This is why they did the ex-women idea.
That's right up his alley.
And look, it's like it's not porn, but it's always very sensual.
Very close.
Yeah, it's very suggestive.
I'm still surprised they hired him to do that.
Dude, I'm so glad this exists.
I've got nothing. I love his work, but I just didn't know that Marvel would hire him as finicky as they are now.
Well, this is a while back. What is there a date on here? Let me see if I can find the date. It's not
the credits page might be at the back if it's not in the front.
Yeah, it's not in the front. This is extra supplement. This is not him. This is something
That
else.
looks like Lanil Yu's work.
Sometimes the credits page is like, they usually have the indicia that gives the date regardless. This is a different type of book, I guess. I can't find the date on this to save my life. Look at those pigs. This is Storm. She looks.
But yeah, when I got into heavy metal, I'm like, it's like it opened up a whole new world. And granted, it did because it exposed you to different themes that mainstream comics wouldn't show. But outside of that, if you're mature enough to handle it, you could look at a whole new type of artwork. So, like with my personal collection, I've got superheroes and mainstream books, the underground comics, lots of indie comics, heavy metal type stuff. I've even got books from that artists that were in heavy metal. They would do art books. I've got some of those in my collection as well. And
yeah,
I think comics are an amazing art form just because you can do literally anything you want with them.
Yeah, there's way more than just superhero stuff out there. Look, there's an afterword by Joe Quesada. And the first line is, "I truly dislike Milo Manera." How do you say that?
Yay!
Is he a communist?
Now, mind you,
Yes.
it's not a dislike born of anything tangible or even based in reality. As a matter of fact, outside of the pages of his comics, I regret never having the pleasure of meeting Master Manera. So this might be a play, you know.
Okay, that makes up for it a
A
little
bait
bit.
and switch. But you see, that's where it begins and ends. And it's his work. It's his infernal, beautiful, awe-inspiring work that gnaws at my diddle-kit's artist psyche. So I dislike him because he's too good, kind of a thing.
No,
He
nothing
did
wrong
that
with
clip.
I
you
dislike
seen that
him
Rich
because
Evans
he's so
clip?
remarkably talented and makes process look effortless while looking at it. So, okay. So this one's incredible. Highly recommend this. Beautiful Women by Milo Manero.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
I didn't know he was the guy that did that Spider Woman with the ass up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's funny when we're talking about art materials. I have like 3 or 4 different art stores that are within commuting distance from me. I'm only allowed in art stores now with an allowance.
I thought you were going to say I'm barred from the art.
No, well, if my wife had her way, yeah. But no, I'm like, oh, hey, that's a new art pen. I haven't tried that one because it seems like I'm always on the lookout for one that works just right. Because I've had some that it's like, you know how you're drawing, you get the oil or whatever from your hand on the paper just because your hand's touching the paper. Okay, no big deal. But some pens that I've used, it's like the least little bit of that's on the paper is like you can't just erase it away and then the pen won't work, or the pen sticks, or it just for whatever reason it doesn't work the way I want it to. So it seems like I'm always on the lookout for I need the perfect pen. And so whenever I see a new brand or a new style that I haven't tried yet, I've got more pens that I know what to do with at this point.
Yeah. The main issue I have is with the whiteout pens. So
yes, I hate.
I got jelly rolls, which
I hate those fucking things.
Well, when they work, it's nice, but
that's the problem, though.
It's hard getting them started. And the second one I got is the acrylic paint markers. This ones are a little bit easier to control.
Yeah,
you have to kind of push in the nib to get the juices flowing, and then they'll flow for a little while, and then they stop flowing, and you got to press into the head. Like the head's got a little spring on it.
Yeah.
But I'm still looking for the perfect whiteout pen, which I don't think it exists.
I've got something for that.
Really? Hold on, let me put you in.
Because look, these are some of the ones that I've accumulated.
Okay, the one on the right.
This one is a gel pen that I'm surprised I haven't thrown it away yet.
Yeah, same
this
here.
is these are all paint pens of different sizes.
Yeah.
But Mike McMahon had recommended these grabby acrylic paint markers.
Grabby, okay.
That I found on Amazon.
Really?
I absolutely love this thing. It's a paint pen. Let me put these other ones down.
That's kind of what
It's
you
a
need for it to be
it's a
opaque.
paint pen. All you got to do is like shake it up and then dot it on something to get the ink flowing. But I've gotten precise marks done that I have blocked out so that I can. It's like if I'm drawing a circle or something, I didn't draw it just right. I can get only the spot that I want to fix instead of just getting a glob of white paint on top
Yeah.
of what I'm doing. Because I mean that's always so much fun to try to repair. Maybe if you do it this way.
Grabby. Yeah, I'm opening my Amazon, another tab
But yeah,
here.
they are on Amazon. I highly recommend them. They come in like a pack of I want to say 6, and I don't think I spent more than like $12 for it or something like that.
Oh, that's good.
But
That's
I've
good,
had it
guys.
for like a week, and it's like I already want to throw away my my gel pens more than I usually do, just because they never seem to work. I haven't really had a problem with that outside of oh hey I need to shake it up because it's been a few days since I've used it. That's been the closest thing to a problem I've had with the Grabby pens.
Yeah, I see them like $20. This is Canadian, mind you, so it's like 15
Okay.
for 6. Yeah, I'm gonna.
But yeah, I'm in a one of the other guys that we've had on the studio does a book called Blood Force, and he had posted on his Discord.
Yeah, but that started as a parody, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty great comic. I think I ended up ordering a copy myself. He sent me advanced copies online, so I have like the first I want to say 4 issues. So I've seen them. I know what's going to happen.
Oh, he's pretty far advanced with. Yeah, I've seen him work. He does
Mitch
streaming
has
as well.
Mitch has a stream on Sunday afternoons, and he's a draw stream, and he talks about pretty much whatever the chat wants to talk about. And he was trying to sell people on the gel pens, and I politely shut it down as quickly as I could, just because I didn't want to hear the nonsense. I'm so pleased with these Grabby markers. It's like I ended up sending them the link in the Discord for the Amazon so that they can get their own, because like pretty much fuck gel pens. And,
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I know. Like they're such a headache. So
I've even got brushes with the white ink for like white areas, or if I want to do stars and stuff like that.
Okay, just classic white ink. Yeah, that's the way they used to do it.
But I use that for like larger areas. But yeah, these Grabby pens, I couldn't be more happy with how they work. Because I even had my my last commission. I did the client wanted me to do a public domain character from like the 30s, but he wanted me to update the design of the character. And so when I did that, unfortunately, this client decided he was going to wait until after I started inking to say, hey, I want to change the expression on his face. Okay, it's not a big deal. But thankfully, because I had these pens, you can't tell that I had to change the whole expression. I think I have it, so I think I have it up here. So I have it on my. Oh yeah, I left it on my scanner. But this apparently is a.
Oh yeah, a lot of white stars and stuff like that. Are those done with the Grabby too?
Yeah. No. Those were done with the white paint I showed you.
Yeah, just splattering.
Yeah, but with that, normally like when someone commissions me to do something, I send them progress shots along the way. That way you can say, hey, these are the thumbnails. This is what I'm thinking. Because with this one, he wanted me to not only update the design, I had to add clothing to kind of update it. And then he wanted me to do some lettering for the character's name as well. So I sent him progress shots along the way. Like these are the poses I'm thinking of. These are the jacket ideas that I was thinking of, because that was a key element to what he wanted for the design. And then like I sent him different font styles so that we can make sure he's as happy as possible with the design. once we chose all that stuff, I did a rough layout of the finished piece, and he approves that. Then I go on. I finish the details on the drawing. Once I do that, that's when I finally start inking. Unfortunately, he decides after I started inking that he wants to change the expression. If I didn't have these pens, I'd have to figure it out with that white paint and hope I had it well enough that you couldn't tell. And because I got such a precise
but the white
tip
paint,
with those,
the white paint has got to give you like a little crusty texture.
yes,
Unfortunately, yeah.
this did. Granted, I made sure it was. Well, I can tell because I know what to look for, but for the most part, you couldn't even tell with the scan that I sent the client. And with the white paint, I have a small enough brush, but it's like I don't know. But because of these grabbies, my commission, I was saved from having to redraw it.
Damn, man, you're a good salesman for these grabbies. I got I ordered a box of 6. I'm gonna get it Sunday, so we'll have a feedback next week on how that goes.
All right.
I'm looking forward to
Remember, if it's not good, it's Mike McMahon's fault, not
that.
mine.
Okay, it's not your fault.
But if you liked it, then yeah.
Yeah, you're taking credit for passing on
Of
the
course.
information. That's the way it works, man. That's the way it works. Dude, that's freaking awesome. And so your book, is it going to be a black and white book? Or
I haven't decided yet because I
Oh,
know
good. Interesting.
mainly because instead of trying to do 20 different things at once, because I know making comics, you have to have several different hats that you have to wear to get a comic done.
Yeah, that's why I bought a bunch of hats in my other
Oh,
room
I've
now.
got
Yeah.
a whole stack of like different ball caps and stuff back there. I've got the cabinet that's behind me. There's a shelf, a bookshelf right next to it. I've got all my ball caps back there.
Yeah. Because it's almost advantageous to do it in black and white. You're
It
solving.
is.
First of all, it can be as beautiful, if not more, when it's well done
Yes.
than color, especially bad color.
Yes.
And I was actually going to thinking of doing it for Rattel, but I was like, oh no, this is a kid's comic superhero thing. Like it's got to be color. So I kind of like figured, okay, no, it's got to be a color one. But I'm doing another one that's going to be the background of 2 characters, and that one is intended to be black and white, and I'm going to be really working the black and white in those 2.
Well, I'm kind of torn because I agree with everything you said. I've had my work colored, and for me, it's like it seems to highlight problems or problems that I didn't see suddenly show up once the image is colored. I never seem to be happy with the kind of coloring that I get because I did what was it? It was.
Well, that's another thing because you can get different styles of colors. You can get flat color, like Mignola does flat colors, right?
Yes.
So that probably won't warp.
I was going to show my book real quick.
Oh yeah.
And let everybody know that we're working on the cover for 3. This is one of the books that I've done.
Exodus
Z for. We found a way to bring zombies into heaven. That's the cover for 1. Cover for 2.
Yeah, speaking of colors, there's lots of colors on that one.
Now the zombies are fighting angels in heaven, like the big scary dude in the middle.
Yeah, that's an angel. Yeah,
he was
the zombie angel. Oh my goodness, that is.
And we found a way to introduce
crossing
Satan
a lot of things
into the book. He fights Satan in the book.
Everything's in there.
And for the cover of 3, I decided to take one of the Moon Knight covers, and I was like, I'm going to homage this just because.
Stephen Platt Moon Knight, right?
Yes. Actually, I can probably show you guys. So you guys are getting the special because I haven't really shown this on stream yet.
Got Once Was Cool in the chat saying, how's it going, gentlemen? I'm going to learn and listen. Oh, nice to see you, man. I just I subscribed to your YouTube channel recently as well.
My whole idea for it, though, was I homaged. See this.
Hold on. Let me blow you up a little more. No, that's not more. Which one's the big one? I can't drive here. What's going on? All right, this is gonna have to do. Oh yeah, dude. Like, yeah.
That's going to be the cover for 3.
Exodus Z3.
Yes.
Okay, and this is not the same as your book. This is another book.
No,
correct?
no. The book that I just showed you guys, this is going to be the cover for issue 3.
Yeah.
Because I referenced Moon Knight 55, which I believe was Platt's first whack at Moon Knight. I just loved the intensity on the cover because the story.
Well, that's the book that everyone talks about in reference to Stephen Platt. That's when he came on the scene and just like wowed everybody.
I believe so. But the colors were flat, like you mentioned with Mignola.
Mm-hmm.
And like I decided that that's how I want to color my book. It's a 90s theme book. I want 90s style coloring because a lot of the digital coloring now for me just I don't know, doesn't do it for me.
Well, it depends on the style, yeah.
It looks great in other people's work, but for whatever reason, I haven't found. Wait, actually, I did.
Because even Mike Mignola's flats, they're not just random colors as well. Like he does a whole lot of selection in the colors. Like there's thought and there's
if people look up Moon Knight 55, they can see the colors that he used, and the colors aren't necessarily blended, but they use like 2 different colors, but it's like a completely different shade would add weight to whatever it is that they were drawing on. Say they wanted to do somebody's thigh, they'd have whatever color pants they were wearing, and then they'd have a darker shade to add depth into all that. So that's what I want to do for my book. But for the longest time, I was like, I haven't gotten that far yet. I want to finish the book, and then I'll figure out how to get it colored and all that. But I decided that the coloring that they did for those early Moon Knight books, I was like, that's what I want, because I did what I want to see almost like, I'm a big fan of anime as well. So a lot of the cell shading that they use.
What up, Scribe?
Subscribe. Hey. A lot of the cell shading they use in like the 90s and early 2000s like anime.
Oh yeah.
I want that kind of coloring.
Oh,
that
interesting.
Way,
cell shading.
That way, because one of my big problems is
you got flats and you got like a line of shadow here and there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That way I can still see my line work.
Yeah, because it's not gradient. It's not like overly shiny or bubbly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had done a picture of Arachnus, and then I want to say, was it Dave Kemp? I believe it was, colored it, and it looked awesome. But it's Dave Kemp. I can't afford someone like him to color my book. But outside of him, most of the people that I've had color my stuff, it's like entire areas for me would be like, where did the rendering go? I understand you're not necessarily going to see everything when you render something, if you do it like over render your work, but there needs to be at least some kind of a balance. That way you can see what the penciler did, and the coloring is not overpowering the rest of the artwork. So I think that's why I decided on like flat tones.
Sounds smart, man. Sounds because they look so beautiful back in the day. A lot of books, they just had flat colors. I mean, Patrick reminds me all the time. He's like, I don't like that modern coloring. Because he says if your art looks great as a comic, flat colors should be enough.
Yes.
But I'm crazy. I just have fun playing with all the coloring tools. So maybe I'm going over the top, but I'm having fun. I don't color my own comic though. I hand it to somebody who's way better at it than I am. And faster too, because it takes time to color your book, depending on what you put.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's like with me, I have with my book, the first issue is completely drawn, inked, and it's written. I think I need to go over it so that it makes sense to people. It's not just me.
Yeah, get some beta readers.
Yes,
that's a lifesaver.
But
I had a bunch. I
think I've translated it enough to where because I moved it on from the script to the page,
Mhm.
So, like I said, the first issue is completely done. I like to end on a cliffhanger, so
Of
I think I
course.
did that pretty well because in my head, cliffhanger is going to make you want to pick up the next book.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do. Um, I've got the second one kind of half plotted, but it's getting done around work and around family schedule and all that stuff.
Sure.
And plus, when I backed off the streaming that I was telling you guys about, I backed off so that I
Well,
could
we're happy that
focus.
you're here with us tonight, man. It's like,
Yeah, man.
Well, I know this is the first one I've done in I want to say about 3 months.
whoa, I didn't even know that, dude.
Well, no, I didn't have animosity towards anyone.
You were
As
just
far as I
getting
know,
busy.
I still
Yeah.
get along well with everybody that I streamed with. But I just noticed that my work wasn't getting done, and I didn't want to be one of those guys. I mean, 'cause we all know people that say they want to do comics, but all they really are is just an idea man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's Unhinged. That's Jason. That was Bascom I was telling you guys about.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice to
But
see
yeah,
you, man.
I backed off streaming so that I could try to focus on my work. And then all of a sudden, I started getting ideas out the wazoo. And I've got a cyberpunk story that I'm working on now, which is what I'm tinkering with tonight. I've got like first 5 pages of this drawn out. But
Oh, hold on. Let me switch you up. Hold that. Oh, thank you, Wrangler. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
but I'm thinking this one might be more black and white because I'm calling this one, I think, Cyber Noir.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
I want to do. It's a futuristic story, but I like working black and white as well. So I'm like, maybe this will be my black and white manga attempt. So with this one, I've got manga sized paper that I'm drawing on,
Oh,
but
really?
the 90s book I told you about is on 11 by 17,
Yeah.
and then I've got a possibly adult themed fantasy book that running around in the back of my head somewhere too that I'm bouncing between, and I'm trying my best to get just something accomplished. But it seems like whenever I do, I'll sit down, I want to work on this book. All of a sudden, I don't have ideas for the cyberpunk book. I want to do my 90s book or my naughty fantasy book, and I'm like, no, because I'm here for a purpose.
Yeah. Got to focus.
Yes, but eventually they're all going to get done. Because like this one, the first 5 pages are drawn and about half inked. I just have to do. I've spotted all the blacks, like I told you guys, I do. I just have to render the pages. Actually, to give you guys an idea, this is what the my Suicide Run book is going to look like
Oh, badass.
without the glare.
Yeah, that's that's reminiscent of the 90s teen books, right?
That's
Yeah.
what I wanted. Because one of the things that I loved about 90s books was just the plethora of unique art styles that you had to choose from. If you were a Bart Sears fan, or if you were a Joe Quesada fan, or
Hail sub.
David Finch fan, or whatever, there was something out there for you. So I wanted to do something like that. It's like, how can I tried to take what I liked about, or what I love about 90s comics, and do it in my own style. That way people can tell, hey, John drew this, instead of saying, oh, hey, who's the artist for this book?
Yeah, dude, there is such a resurgence of 90s comics in this space. It's
Yes.
crazy. Like on the Commandos
Yes.
Saturday, we were talking with Alan Goldman. We're going to have him on the show in a couple of
That
weeks
dude is
here.
awesome. Oh my God.
Dude, tune in 2 weeks, John. We're going to have him here on the show drawing with us.
I've got one of his art books on the shelf behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is all pin-ups that he had done of like mainstream characters. But I ordered one of his books that he did with Dave. It was Safeguard, I think it was. Dave, the Dutch guy.
Dave Brink?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I believe he's Dutch.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
am
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am shit for remembering names. So if I
Well,
say
he's the
somebody's
only
name
guy
wrong,
in that part of the
I
world. So
apologize.
Dave over there, Dave on the other side of
the European guy.
Yeah, I think he's
Dave
near
Brink.
Amsterdam, so Dutch works out. Yeah, I've been on
Yeah.
his show once. Great guy. And he's been on here as
Yeah.
well. We had him on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see him in the chats for some of the streams that I've been on, or that are ones that I listen to. Dave will show up, so he seems to be a cool enough guy. But I've got one of his Perfect 10 books, and that character is fun too. But for
Dude,
me,
I backed the whole
what really
6.
sells it is the artwork.
Yeah, Dave. That's Powell Rodrigues.
Yes, I want to say he's Brazilian. I think
Is he
I
Brazilian?
think so, yeah.
maybe.
You would know, right, Chris? Because you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a commission from him.
Yeah. I've got quite a few commissions from him.
Excuse
Ooh,
me.
I want to see.
Yeah. He shipped the sketch perks. And I believe they did come from Brazil.
Alan, I think he's an amazing artist. I chat with him here and there, and I've seen that he's aligned himself with Comicsgate. So I'm like,
Yes.
hey, that's great. I can
Yes.
see his work more often now.
Very clearly, like he's not ambiguous about it either.
Yeah.
So very, very.
Well,
very
like for
fun.
me, I've got friends that are in that area, and then people that aren't. So for me, I'm not going to be like, oh no, you have to do Comicsgate or your shit. If I know somebody doesn't like it, I'm not necessarily going to push it. But at the same time, they make most of the kind of books that I like.
Yeah.
And it's like with me, from most of my experience, as a whole, they tend to be more interested in making a quality book. It's like for me, whenever I go to a comic book store now, I'm almost exclusively indie and back issue books now,
Yeah.
and then crowdfunding. But I know I can't buy those at a comic shop.
Yeah.
But just as a general rule, the CG guys tend to make more the kind of books that I want to make. So that gets my attention. It's like, oh, hey, how did Mark Polton make U.S. Assassin? Or Mike McMahon, how did he draw this? How did he draw that? Or the, this nifty, maybe you guys have heard of this guy.
Oh, yeah. Sontag.
Yeah, Joe Sontag. We had him on Commandos 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had Joe on
Studio?
the studio as well. I've talked to him. I would consider him a friend just because I've talked to him a lot.
Hail Jabroni. We had
But yeah,
BA was our first guest here on the show.
Hey,
so
That's
always-
what the guys that I mentioned, a lot of them I talk to on a regular basis. So I'm like, that's what I like about them, is that they tend to be very approachable people.
Yes.
A lot of the people outside of this group are the opposite of that, or they tend to be people that don't have good intentions. I'm not going to say anything more, but
We don't need
just
to.
as a
yeah.
general rule, Comicsgate people tend to be more the kind of people I would hang out with in real life.
Yes. Yeah, same here.
So that's what I've gravitated more towards. And not once has anybody ever told me, oh, you have to do this or you have to do that. Or they've never tried to push me towards one conclusion or another. People outside of this group have. So I think naturally that pushes me away from whatever it is they're trying to tell me.
Yeah, whoever tells
And-
me who not to see and who
Yeah.
not to talk to, they're the ones I'm not going to talk to. And not
No, if
see.
I know, if I'm friends with this guy, and I know that these two guys don't get along, I'm not going to try to put them in a situation where they have to interact. But at the same time, if I'm friends with them, unless they've done something to me directly, I don't see why I can't continue to be friends with them.
Yep.
Or colleagues to whatever extent, if that's what the relationship entails.
In this space, it's like a colleague relationship. Like every other
Yes.
comic book artist who's on YouTube, on Twitter, you got to think of it as a colleague relationship, because even if you're not working with them now, you're going to have to interact at some point in an event, on a show, or this or
Yep.
that. So you got to act a little bit civilly. Is that a word, civilly? I'm French. So.
Well, I've thought a lot about this, because we mentioned earlier how networking or socializing to that point is online.
Yep.
I've gotten my work. Mark Polton's book was a Gun Goth. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got a pinup done in his Gun Goth book, and I don't think I would have been able to do that if I was a shithead to him.
Yeah.
Or if I was
Yeah.
or if I was unprofessional.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I've seen, because I'm in social groups on Facebook as well, and then Instagram and X and all that, and you've got your cliques everywhere. It's inevitable. It's human behavior. It's fine.
Yep.
But I've just seen I tend to get along better with people that do Comicsgate type books. Not only are the books the kind that I would want to do myself, they're the kind that I want to read.
Yeah.
The people outside of this group don't always do the kind of books that I would want. Or if I do try to socialize with them, whether I've admitted that I'm Comicsgate or not, it's like they just want to talk about what they want, or they don't even acknowledge that I said anything. So I'm like, well, I don't need to be in this group anymore.
I want to take a quick minute here to say hello to James, who just popped in. How you doing, James?
Hey.
He's
So,
muted.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Finishing up the nights, running about, evading you humans in the dark as you try to eat me. There's starving people out there, and I hate it.
Well, it's only dark when the fridge is closed, right? As soon as they open the
Yeah.
door.
True.
I don't live in the fridge anymore. I found out that's where humans like to congregate every now and then.
James, you got a review for us today?
Today I do. I have a I say a semi-review because I have 2 issues of a series. I haven't had a full opinion on it, but I think I've consumed enough to talk about it. And that is a modern Dick Tracy run.
I've heard things about this.
Yes.
We're gonna go through it, and we're gonna do a review about it. So the second half of the show, John, we go into reviews. James has one, a couple. I have a John Tiffany book I want to get into real quick too.
Oh yeah.
But I'll let you start, James. And so, John, if you want to stay with us for the review, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah.
If you'd rather hop off, that's fine as well. Whatever you feel inclined to do. And James, shall we play the intro here?
Yeah, let's hit it.
All right, let me see. I should have had my finger over the button before I asked you. See, that's what
Way to
professional
go.
is all about.
Jeez.
Here we go.
It is almost a work of art.
It is a work of art, Cindy. The greatest medium of all time. The comic book.
Hey! What's missing from this page? The negative space! We read it, we shred it, we tell you the truth. Negative space! Comic reviews!
That's never getting old for me personally.
It's a good intro. It works.
Yeah, very fun. But with that, today we are actually checking out this Dick Tracy run that I've actually been wanting to take a look at for a while. It's produced for Mad Cave Studios, where I've been purchasing a bunch of comics, and it's been a mix.
Same as
It's
mine
been a
here. We
mix.
got 2 Mad Cave books tonight.
2 Mad Caves, yes. It's been a mix of Mad Cave. I'll be honest, most of them are leaned towards the woke side, which has been kind of like an eye roller, because then a lot of the stuff turns into cliches.
Well,
Extremely
not mine.
fast.
Where you're going to happy to learn that mine
Excellent.
is the
Perfect.
opposite of woke. It's actually quite offensive if you're woke.
Perfect. I might have to pick it up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I like about Mad Cave is every now and then you come across something like Cocaine Hippopotamus Massacre or Florida
real thing?
Cocaine Hippopotamus Massacre. Yes, I have an
I've
issue.
heard about it on like X, but I didn't know that was a real book.
Oh, we've already done a
sounds
whole
awesome.
review. Like two episodes ago, we did a review of about 3 issues. Very fun, very satirical. It's all sort of like Rah patriotism, satire, wrapped around the Reagan era. Very fun stuff.
So I
But
find
with-
that if it's inappropriate, I'll probably find it funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. The Dick Tracy one, though, I gotta admit, I really enjoyed myself with these. There's some red flags throughout. If you're a bit sensitive to the wokeness as I can be at times, but right off the bat, as soon as I open this, we go straight into a story that just unfolds before us. And usually, I love me a nice just money shot of a whole printed image here, establishment shot of where we're at. This establishment shot is small, but it just starts engrafting us. We start going deeper into the city until we're talking to these two gentlemen. We start off very far away, right outside the window looking at them. And now they're talking, and we're looking right over their shoulders, which is really good for what happens next, because men are looking for these two, and then they gun them down. And like I say multiple times about a comic, your first handful of pages are making a promise. You're setting mood. You're showing style. You're saying, hey, look, if you keep on flipping, this is what you're going to get. And it's usually going to escalate from here. And this is perfect because as I'm reading these comics, it meets the promises over and over and over again, and it keeps them. And I also love the style. Like you were talking about flat colors. There's a lot of flat colors used in this, and it just blends so well for such a classic comic, and it actually holds the time period pretty well because this is set in the 50s, I believe, or so I believe. You know, you see vehicles, you see the way people were dressed, and I remember the first one. It was roughly around the 50s or 40s, or the original character in his comic is portrayed in that era. So I imagine this is still then. It'd be kind of weird if they just threw him in a separate era and never mention it. But it blends well. The storytelling is well done within the first handful of pages. It gives us a mystery we're going to follow throughout, and it continuously adds intrigue as we go.
Some crazy eyes there in the third panel.
Boom, right there. Yes, well done with the faces. And we get a huge blam at the end with a lovely kill shot right there. Just too late.
The limp body and the blood of pool is well done too.
It's all done extremely well.
Hard to draw a limp body sometimes.
Yes, very visceral and not that much gore at all, really. Like we go back to this page here where everyone's dying. It's mostly just splats, but it bleeds in well with the style, and I enjoy it
Literally.
a lot. Yeah, exactly. It all comes together well. Nothing's really fighting the image or sticks out as inappropriate, and that's the art throughout this entire comic. And I enjoyed myself quite well. And of course, when you introduce your character, the titular character, boom,
That's your
That's the best way to introduce a character.
You got to have a good entrance, man. You got to have a good introduction shot. Yeah,
exactly. I like the intrigue, the writing. I'll say it's above average. I say it's above average because it seems from a lot of the comic books I've been reading, average is technically bad, fumbly, very stammery, super dry. This is above average, and it works all the way through. I want to say if it was any other medium, acceptable, but what I've come to learn about most comics, above average. And that would also probably fit a lot of comics I've already reviewed and may re-review in the future for reassessments because, the more you read, the more you learn. And I've been going in this as a layman and educating myself along the way, giving you that layman's eye, the consumer's eye here. And this is where we start to get little hints of the red flags. You have this lovely character right here who stays about this angry through 90% of what we see. And it's her father that just died. This is the face she makes when she's approaching the detective who's covering the case of a father who just died right outside the building he's been shot to death in. Throughout the entire comic, this is the character who uncovers all the clues kind of leading forward. This is a character who gets out of situations that a single gentleman would have a hard time getting out of scot-free. This is a character who is shown to have not many faults, even though that later on our own titular Dick Tracy will receive some chronic issues that a character should have, which in my opinion is good and bad. It's good in the sense for Dick Tracy, the character, to have some sort of chronic issues that haunt him over time that he as a character can overcome and deal with. It's kind of bad when you put him next to a character that doesn't have any of those issues. And even though Dick Tracy may be getting him from point A or point B, it's that person who finds out where point A and where point B is. The one who finds all the clues and takes certain risks that we don't see Dick Tracy taking, even though you think he should. And that, unfortunately, occurs throughout both issues and makes me wonder if I really want to pick up issue 3. But there's also all that good stuff in there, too. There's great character development. There's not really a tear down of existing architectures or structures of what makes a character in this comic. And it's pretty good. This is actually a moment I'm talking about where she gets out kind of scot-free. She stabs this guy here when he's cornering her, which I thought that's fine, except they portray it where it's not just this guy, but there's 2 of them. And I thought, well, what are you going to do to the other guy? Like, I get it. You're going to surprise the first one, stab him in the shoulder. What are you going to do with the other one? He's right there. He's going to tackle you. He's going to reach for you and do all this. But it goes straight to another thing that I kind of complain about comics, and that's teleportation. You don't know what you do to the other guy. We show him in the scene. You see him reacting to his friend getting stabbed. But then on the bottom, teleportation. Oh, look, help me. I need to get out of here because who knows what happened to this guy. All I know is the door's behind these 2 guys. So I guess he too just got stabbed somehow out of frame. So that's action out of frame. Not the biggest fan. Luckily, this is the only time action out of frame happens. Besides that, we get a lot of cool shit like this. We got this cool character here. I'm not familiar with the Dick Tracy lore, but he seems like he belongs in it. And he just is like the number 1 hitman.
Was it the guy in the green?
Afraid of. The guy in the green.
Yeah, it looks like Flat Top.
That's his name, Flat Top. It's all coming back. I was supposed to review this last week, so I'm pulling
the
in
Dick
last
Tracy
week
characters used to have like very pronounced like head shapes.
Yeah,
like
they all looked like Antifa. Remember when they did that? When they did the mugshots of all the Antifa, they all looked like Dick Tracy villains.
I instantly got the reference.
Like all the
a lot
extra
of time on Twitter,
chromosomes.
apparently.
I like the artwork because it reminds me of was it 100 Bullets?
100 Bullets.
Yeah, that's a series. That's an old series that's pretty good as well. I'll let you know a bit more about that off screen.
Yes, we'll take a look maybe. There's a lot of comics to review, but there's a ton of action in this. The artwork's absolutely fantastic. Let's actually show off one more of the villain that he appears at the end. I think he's on the back too. It's like the last page, one of the main villains. So they seem maybe slightly more modernized, where there's a bit more humanity put into the character. Because I do kind of, remember seeing portions of the old movie, even where the characters' heads were straight up square.
This image bugs me, especially
this one
after talking about inking for a whole hour.
Yeah,
the lights on the other side.
Yeah,
his cigar is a big source of light, and it's lighting his
and it's
other
not lighting
side.
his eyes. Yeah,
you're right. I just caught that. All right. There you go, comic destroying yourself. And that's the back image for both of them as well. This might be the back image for all of them. Right there is our main boss guy with the inappropriate lighting.
The more I'm looking at that, the more it's driving me nuts.
Yeah,
I downloaded
right?
a sample of it on my Kindle. That's pretty good artwork.
Yeah, the Dick Tracy you talking about?
Yeah. I
I'm
found issue 1. So as he was talking, I was thumbing through the sample that they had. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up. One of my local shops is having their anniversary this weekend, so I think I have found something to go pick up.
Oh, cool.
There you go. So yeah, Dick Tracy, the first 2 issues. This is more of a sneak peek than a full review. I'm liking what I see. I kind of like where it's going. I wish Dick Tracy could actually do more in the story rather than sort of react and be the save man, as in bullets start flying. Dick Tracy's going to push you out of the way. But I also want Dick Tracy to be the guy who finds the clues, who's poking through the dark. A lot of that seems to be reserved for the female character, which I don't necessarily like. And like I said, for me, that's a red flag. Maybe for others, that's not a red flag. And if it's not, check it out. I am going to continue reading it. It's a 5-issue series. I like where it's going. The bloodbath is amazing all the way through. We get corrupt cops. We get noir dialogue. We get many different characters, and none of it feels like it doesn't fit either, because there are a bunch of characters in here, but it all sort of blends cohesively where it doesn't feel overly jumbled at all. So prepare for a full review and judgment of this soon. But for now, I'd say I'm going to continue reading, and it's not really a deal breaker for me. Though, if it continues down the path that I think it does, then it may pull back from it, because I think I should notice this does take place in like the 50s, and they do show an image to make sure to put like a huge spotlight on a female officer, and I think that's kind of weird in a 50s comic.
Real quick, hello to Chris Peel, joined us.
Hey,
how you doing, man?
Hey, what's
We're
up?
just reviewing some comics in the second half of the show. We talked with John about some inking in the first half, and we're going through Dick Tracy. James, you're almost done with this one.
Yeah,
right?
basically done for now. I'm going to check out the other issues and give you a full review. If you like the artwork, awesome. I enjoy the writing. Fingers crossed on the story. And that could be the deal breaker if the story is way too cliche at the end. But, first couple issues, non-offensive and very fun. Take a look at it for now.
Did they say why they set it in the 50s? Because
it never
Depression era
mentioned.
character.
Never mentioned. I didn't really get the Depression era vibe from it. To be honest,
that's
everyone
when
was
the
very
original took place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mentioned at all the way through. But that's pretty much just sort of the aura I got, that it was bleeding through the pages. But we'll see. I'll start digging into it a bit more, get some answers for some of these questions.
Well, did any of you guys watch that
The movie?
Spider Noir?
Well, we
no.
watched the
Not yet.
trailer. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'm on
Well,
the
it-
fence.
with Nicolas Cage.
I watched it.
Mhm.
I gave it a fair go, and
Oh, the whole movie?
it's a series. It's
It's
an
a series.
8-episode
Oh,
series
it's a
on Amazon.
series. Oh.
And my biggest gripe is I'm not going to bitch about historical accuracy. I'm going to bitch about historical authenticity. And if you want to do a period piece, don't push anachronisms and shit that people who aren't even history buffs know are bullshit, because you're going to tear your viewers out of the out of the film or out of the series.
Really?
You got an aging Nick Cage who sounds like a geriatric Jimmy. Sounds really like it's like a Jimmy Stewart impersonation done very badly. And like as soon as he puts on the costume, I'm a spry chicken, woo! And it's like, dude, like that's your stuntman or your CGI. Like this is ridiculous. The interracial stuff is insane. It's like nobody. It's like people don't realize that like the 1960s were a huge step in like integration, like racial integration and stuff. We had like enclaves. We had racial enclaves. We still kind of do to some degree, but they were very pronounced in the Depression era. When Who Framed Roger Rabbit is more historically authentic than your Spider Noir, you've got problems. You've got like a black nightclub, like a speakeasy or whatever during the Depression era, where there's an Asian woman who's like your singer. And then all of a sudden, the Asian woman, because she's hot, is in a romantic relationship with white Ben Reilly, played by Nick Cage. And it's like that would have been taboo. Like, remember when Uhura and Kirk kissed on Star Trek and it was like an event?
Yeah.
They like, this is just two people on the street. You would have heard gasps. You know, I hate it when they do that. I feel like this is what happens when children who never paid attention in school try to make historical things.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, Bernie and Betty Hill had a lot of issues back then as a couple.
Yeah. So that's my bitch fest about Spider Noir. I didn't like the like, there were all sorts of modern references, like, I'm doing Tai Chi. Dude, it's 1930s. No white person knew what the fuck Tai Chi was. I mean, hell, in the 1960s, they thought Kung Fu was still called Chinese boxing. Bruce Lee had to set him straight up.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling about that one to start with. I got
It's kind
something
of odd, though, that Nicolas Cage voiced Spider Noir in the Spider-Verse movies, and he's playing him here. But in the Spider-Verse movies, his name is Peter Parker. In this series, his name is Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
I think it was a rights issue, and they had to use the other name.
When they
or
do
something.
stupid shit like that, it's usually some kind of a rights issue.
Yeah.
I've got another book from Mad Cave tonight, and this one, this one hits on all cylinders. To be honest, I have nothing bad to say. I'll try to find something. I got this when James was reviewing Mad Cave website. We were going through the different books, and one of my big pet peeves was getting a lot of woke James Bond lately. And I saw this, which looked very much hits like the same notes as James Bond. We'll see in the interior that it's actually got its own flair. It's not a spy. It's a different type of story, but it hits the same.
It must
notes.
have hot babes in there because you woke up Australia.
Yeah, clearly. Hey everyone,
Corey
you're
Bart's
just
here.
in time
Bart's
for the
party.
babes. As usual, Corey. Corey has that sixth sense. Or that
It's like
sixth
John
sense.
Hamm on the cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's called John Tiffany. Strange name, but look at this. Right off the bat, the babes are hot.
Yeah.
Giggity.
So how many O's would you give in a whoa for this? I'm waiting for Corey to type whoa and count the O's in there. Looks like it has some hot
Childbearing hips
babes.
there.
It does, dude. It has a lot of hot babes.
Look
I'm
at
only going to
Bugsy.
cover part one in this because it's kind of a large one too, and it's got two parts. So I've only read part one to date. And
Corey just summoned the Thundercats.
oh, there you go. This one, I've got a feeling this is a European book. Look at the format. It's got like these white strips at the top and bottom. This is the European format that is shrank down to comic book. So a little bit smaller. Print is not too bad. And yeah, it just hits you right off the bat with a good story. The guy is sort of a hitman. He's got 6 people that he can call friends in his life. Those are the ones he trusts. And one of them betrays them because his life is put in danger. So you're right off the bat, you're like, okay, there's these 6 characters around him. One of them has betrayed him. We got to figure out which one. And then you're thrown into a car chase with other people trying to shoot him. And you got these same tropes as James Bond. You're traveling to very different locations. All the panels are kind of like European style as well, like very classic, like 4 rows, all balanced out.
Who drew it?
His name is Stephen. No, that's the writer. Stephen DeBerg is the writer. Dan Panosian.
Dan Panosian.
Yeah.
He's
He ain't
awesome.
European.
Is he European?
I don't
No,
believe
he's
so.
from California.
Californian? Okay.
I'll wait in the car while European.
Yeah. No, but so why is he
did
doing
the,
this
he did the
format
original
then?
Prophet miniseries, and then he does a lot of work for Marvel now.
Okay.
Really interesting.
Nice.
So-
Mad Cave usually like allows the writers and the artists to sort of choose their story, and then they fund the publication.
Yeah. But this one's great. I like everything about it. The colors, it's interesting because he's got a European style. This is American like the face here. It's funny.
Well, he's
Interesting
probably
to
got
see.
the internet. So
I
California.
like the subdued color palette.
That, yeah. little dark colors.
Yeah, kind of
cold.
pale.
Yeah. So he has to bring back this guy alive. And
Mhm.
basically, they shoot him, and he's about to die. So they're racing to deliver him before he dies, so he can get the full pay. So
Nice.
he could die on the floor once he's delivered him. And so instead of like seducing hot women, he orders call girls, and which his priest forgives him for. Apparently, he's must give generous donations to the church. But yeah, he rents hot cars. He buys hot Ferraris and rents these call girls, and he falls in love with the call girl too. You got a little bit of European nudity here, so
I know.
certainly in Europe in his head, I'll say that. But I'd love to ask him why he did this format here, or if it's just me that's
because it doesn't really feel like it fits, does it? You got so much negative space at the top and the bottom there.
Well, maybe he submitted
Yeah,
it
it's
for
the
Europe.
A4.
Yeah, could be submitted for Europe as well. So
Yeah.
we never know.
Interesting.
Justin Soto says he did a Punisher last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Panosian, a lot of the stuff I've seen him do lately is Marvel related. His artwork now looks nothing like the what he did for Prophet. It was like a Jim Lee kind of style for Prophet, and then now it's like looks like a completely different artist.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, actually.
There's a lot of panels there.
Artists evolve, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
The other
6,
one's
7.
got 10, I think.
It's not so bad. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10.
And it works.
Yep. Good storytelling.
I like how they're letting the art do the telling, do the storytelling.
Yeah, it's not crowded with dialogue in the action scenes.
Oh, I hate that. Oh my
Flows
god.
really well. Yeah, you hate like the character jumps out of a window and then he speaks like 40 minutes worth of dialogue while he's jumping
Yeah, I'm
through
like,
the window.
there's no way that would. I mean, why are you covering up all the artwork?
Nice design as well. Like the compositions are solid. Good storytelling through the rear window as well. Open panels here and there that it's the right spots. It's just good balance. The characters are stylish and very expressive as well. The women are always beautiful. They don't look square jawed or anything. They're all hot babes. They might look like each other, so thankfully their hair color and clothing is different. And this is his son, so another different point from James Bond is he's got an ex-wife and the dude goes to PTA meetings with his call girl.
Classy.
So this is pretty bold, like
What's
storytelling.
the charges for that?
Well, he's basically paying her off for 3 months, so it does look cool.
He buys in bulk, huh?
Nice SketchUp assets. You see SketchUp assets in there? I don't see it.
I don't know what that is.
Maybe, but I don't
It's
see it.
a drawing app.
No, I know what SketchUp is.
No, it's
But-
I don't. Assets that are drawn
Oh,
over.
sorry. We're having two conversations here. Yeah. They look hand drawn. So if he does use 3D assets, he at least renders them in the same
I
style.
think he's a traditional artist, not digital, but I'm not going to swear to that.
Well, if he does use digital, he hand inks them in a way that they're very they fit very well within the story. Look,
And when did
beautiful
this come out?
architecture
This is
here.
new?
It's new to me. What's the year here? I wish they had the copyright here.
Oh, I didn't know if this was like your week's pick or something like that.
2023, so 3 years
Oh,
ago.
okay.
Yeah, 2023 seems to be, and they're based in Miami, Florida.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Money laundering scheme.
Probably.
Best
That's
money.
right.
Glad they laundered their money because this looks money. I swear.
Yeah.
We hear it from my lawyer.
So
Oh man, we're getting it in stereo now.
you got your
That's
cultural,
right.
you got cultural enrichment as well in this comic.
Oh boy,
It
that's my work.
doesn't drink martinis, so not James Bond at all.
No. Some gym, maybe.
And he has to switch call girls at one point, which breaks his
Of
heart.
course.
You know, it's
Well, you know,
it's
they
a
have-
roller coaster of emotions in this story, guys. Look at the detail. Okay, not only is it very well detailed in the ink work, but you got detailed shadow work of the trees on the buildings as well. So, like out of the line art, you got just shadows colored on there.
But do you think that was like a free drawn image, or do you think that was a photo reference image?
This could be a photo reference. It looks pretty well. It could be out of his head as well, but it looks pretty detailed.
Yeah,
it looks like a photo reference to me.
yeah. Like I think that's where the accusations for like the the SketchUp stuff, because it looks very good at its rendering, but it looks too good, if you know what I mean. Like when you pull stuff out of your head, there's a lot of inconsistencies with what your brain sees versus what your eyes see.
Oh, you mean with the backgrounds?
Yeah, like I think like the characters, yeah, those could totally be 100% pulled out of your head. But looking at like the accessories, so to speak,
Do they look off to you? Because they don't look off to me. Because even like I have a hard time thinking this is a 3D asset because the camera work, like the angle, everything looks really nice.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, it's almost I don't want to say too nice, but just from this perspective, just looking at this book as you're flipping through it,
Well,
the character,
the security detector does not have any buttons floating up in the air, so that's a good thing.
No, I just like the people. I buy the people are hand drawn, or not hand drawn, like freeformed, but a lot of the the set pieces and the scenery, it feels like a different artist almost. Really? I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah,
no, it makes sense, but I don't see it the same way.
Well, that's how Michael Turner got his start by doing backgrounds. Maybe he did that to save time.
Possibly.
I mean, it's possible, but I can't vouch that it's what he did. That's what he did. So I wouldn't make.
Well, like here's the tell for me.
Yeah.
The character bodies are very stylized.
Yeah.
The real world reference elements are not stylized at all. You know what I mean? Like look at her. She's got like big eyes and like a almost like a World of Warcraft or like a Joe Mad style face. And then you look at like the props and there's no style to like my words are failing me on this, but
no, you're coming through clear to me. I get what you're saying. I'm not sure if I agree with it. That's why I'm looking.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
What do you think, John or Chris? What do you guys?
It's all bullshit.
Break the ice. I don't see it. I don't see his 3D assets, but
well, maybe not 3D assets, but it looks like he took photos of areas and then either you know what I mean? Because
are you thinking like a light box type thing?
He says the figures look reffed as well. Okay.
Yeah, I think the figures do look ref, but like he definitely has a style to them. Like
it's too late, Art. You already derailed it. My whole show's gone left because of you, Sideways. I hope you're happy.
Thanks a lot.
All right. So this is part 1. Great story. Part 2, like I'm not going to go through it. I haven't read it yet, but it's a different colorist, so the whole vibe changes because of the colors. Looks a little bit more stylized too. So. Ooh,
hey now!
Wow, look at that! Look at the building here. Look at the hotel.
How many zeros?
Did you guys see the?
These look like photos.
Look at this. Yeah, look at the trees.
It's so hard for my eyes to look down there, but even
look at the branches on this tree, man. Incredible work. Yeah, so stay tuned next week or the week after. We're going to be doing a follow-up on John Tiffany. James, are you still with us? Are you still here?
I am still here.
Do you have another book to review tonight? Or is
not to review, but I could show one off.
You show off then.
Yes. This is actually just an art book of old pulp artwork from fantasy pulps of years past. This is 1 second. Cathar, Barbarian novel by Garter Fox. And the second one was by Andrew J. Offcut, whom I never heard of. But yes, it has an absolutely excellent cover with some, I believe that is
John
Carter artwork right there, right on the front of the cover. And the entire thing is actually multiple articles with a gallery of hundreds of pieces of art, over 500 pages. In the US, I picked this up for about $20, so it's not that expensive at all. And it's actually in 3 languages, which is English, French, and German. But as it repeats the same articles, it uses different art references, so it keeps the gallery fresh. And I've just been kind of flipping through it throughout the day because I got this one today. And I always like showing off the first couple of pages. And also the binding. It's got really great binding on it for those few people out there who like talking about the bindings of books. And right away, we get ourselves a lovely piece right here. Yes, it's not shy. This book is not shy at all. We get plenty of titillation throughout. No
3D assets on that one.
Book. That's
there's a nice fat one here.
This was a little bit before 3D assets.
Just a tad.
But there was still photo reference back in the day. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there was.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was, but there's a ton of articles in here, 3 separate languages, as I've said before. And it's really just, if you're really into that old school art style, if you're really into that pulp retro look, this is an awesome book to add to your collection.
It's got such a dreamy quality to it.
It's all fantasy, baby. It's all fantasy. And it also gives the various references for the books, and I'm a reader. I'm going to pick up some of these books that it references, and I'm going to freaking read them. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a literary review. We'll showing off some of the interior artworks because, you know, I'm as those people who are new to the stream, I collect a lot of books. I collect a lot of retro books, as well as magazines, as well as out of print books that are like a couple hundred years old. I'm really into generally collecting artwork and literature. And this baby just has a ton of great stuff. It even has some dark crystal artwork in here as well. It goes that far into it. And the articles I have yet to read.
That's is that
Ziggy Stardust?
Let's see if it says
with double D's.
Right?
I do not see a
that's Philippe Drouillet, I think.
Possibly. I do not see a name there, but I would not be surprised. But it's pulling in.
Oh, that's heavy metal. Cover.
Yeah. Yes. It's got everything here. It's got everything. Weird tales, heavy metal, eerie. It pulls from all the different old school, anything that produced fantasy back in the day. And it's all here. Like, I'm not even afraid to use a swastika up there, which was probably reference to its original meaning before.
It's reversed from what the Germans used.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that. It's
very cool.
Giger's Alien. That looks like what's her face? Species. Remember Natasha Henstridge?
Oh yeah. And there's some dark crystal right there.
That film
Another
traumatized
time.
me as a kid. Yeah.
Another place.
I think I watched it when I was 9 years old.
Practical effects made that movie.
Yeah, it was all Muppets, right? It's a Jim Henson
Yep.
film.
Yep. And I think they used a little kid for the faraway shots.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, that's Drouillet.
Padme Amidala.
Philippe Drouillet. Yeah, I got a book of his.
It does kind of look like Amidala, doesn't it?
Amidala is like totally Tartarian headdress. You got Philip used to incorporate straight photos within his artwork, so I think I wouldn't be surprised if that lady we just saw was a photograph that he just drew on. Yeah, very symmetrical. It almost feels like religious paintings when you look at it, but in the sci-fi
tribal
setting. Yeah,
a little bit of tribalism going on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, hundreds and hundreds of freaking images. And if you want to practice your German or French or English,
Is this an older book or is this something new that you picked up?
I just randomly saw it as I was browsing on Amazon, and there it was for like $20 on Amazon. Let's see.
That's a great price.
Yeah.
For that.
That's
Nice hardcover too. Great binding. I was checking out the binding. Right there, it is officially sewn together as all books should be that are hardcover. I've come across a handful of them that are sewn, but they have large splotches of glue which are unevenly placed, and that's not what we have here. We have is everything looks nice and tight and neat as it should be.
dude, that's insane for $20.
Yeah.
That
What
should
an
be
age.
like that should be
Let me
40,
check the
50
year.
something.
Right? That's what I was thinking. What was the title again?
It is Masterpieces of Fantasy Art. You give me a sec right now, and I will post a link off of my Amazon, so people want to check that out. Give me one quick sec because I gotta open up the dang page. Here it is.
Wow. 45th edition.
Yes,
Wow.
that's what it says. So they've been keeping up. I'm posting it.
44 other editions of this book. Holy
I put it in the private chat right there, the Amazon link.
Seems that people keep coming back for this one.
Yes, and it
This is
also
a
has
Kickstarter
something.
variant cover.
It also has something that I don't see a lot in books at all, which was kind of a treat, a little in the way, and it has this flap here that goes over the front text. The flap goes all the way around your text, so it covers it up on the front, and then you have a 42 at the bottom, and a
I would use those flaps as a bookmark.
also
First
real good
edition's
use.
going for 200.
I figured that's
There
what
you
that
go.
was for.
It probably could be a little bit of a bookmark. It would stick out slightly.
Yeah. Taschen
like that.
they do art books, so this is one of their art books.
So I don't know. Let's check out what year it was actually printed. I have the Amazon link here, so it should show us the year.
Dude, that's got to be back
2023. This
Really?
particular
This says 2020 for the first edition.
first edition.
for the first edition.
God,
I thought it would have gone back in
45
the 90s or something.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, 45 editions in 6 years.
and this is roughly the size of is a little smaller than a comic, I think. But a comic next to it give you like a little size.
Oh, okay. It's a relatively small size. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the biggest, but it's a nice little personal book you can carry.
That's what I
Check
tell
out
my
some
wife.
artwork. Right? Yeah.
I'm dropping the Amazon link there so everyone can.
Over 500 pages. Most of them have art. Plenty of articles in there as well.
Right,
So
because
yeah.
we're buying them for the articles, James.
I mean, I buy them for both.
It's a Playboy?
Art and article.
Yeah.
Baby.
Giggity.
Art and article.
The fantasy Playboy kind of.
There you
There
go.
you
Yeah.
go.
It's a good
Man
edition.
of culture.
I'll be looking for some pulp references in there to check out some pulp pieces. Like
Interesting. I'm looking forward to the follow up on that.
Yes.
And Corey says Frazetta is the best. Yes.
Yeah.
He's incredible
Yeah.
talent.
Agreed.
He was fast too, dude. He could
Mhm.
put out a whole painting in like 24 hours sometimes on a short notice.
Speaking of pulp, I actually picked up this one. It's all wordy, so I'm not going to open it, throw it around. Just want to talk about it for a sec. It's Lester Dent's Zeppelin Tales, and it's all just nothing but stories about Zeppelins and men destroying them or flying them and stuff. And I bring it up because it's all pulp. I love it. And this has apparently been out of print for a while now. I picked this up for $11, and the cheapest you can find it right now is for $14. So it was quite a little treasure to add to my collection there. But I do eventually want to get back to just collecting the old pulp issues like I used to, because those are always fun to go through physically if the binding holds, because many of them are really old. Yeah. So that is but a piece of my ridiculous book collection. I'm literally surrounded by books on every wall. Wherever I could find room to fit more.
Well, this brings us towards the end of the show, folks. And do you know what that means?
A song.
It's time for a song. It is Shield.
Convoy, 12 o'clock, on my command! Deploy! Okay, now. Little off course here. Holy mommy fucking shit!
Oh, there they are. Look at these gorgeous sons of bitches.
Yeah. So, let's start with James since we're already talking with you, James. Do you have any book for review coming up next week? You have anything that you're reading, or are you gonna?
You know what? I didn't pick one out, but I actually just finished something. Let's move this back down to its original state. I showed it off, but we'll do a review of the Frank Herbert's Dune graphic novel, Book One.
Oh, yeah.
I read this book or this graphic novel here alongside the actual novels for direct comparison. So I should probably review it while the thoughts are still fresh and go over it again. But most of the stuff I have to say is
we need to
good.
bring Billy Bob on to talk because he
Yes.
just finished reading the first book of Dune too.
You're technically what you'd call the first book, the first three books, the
Yes.
first volume, I believe would be.
I thought it was two
appropriate.
in one, but maybe three.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one I got all three of them. They were on sale for a hardcover. It's pretty good. They're on sale for about $16 each, so not bad. They're 150 pages, and each of them covers a book in the, I guess, what you call first volume of Dune. It starts where the book starts, ends where the book ends. So you could be getting a review of that next week.
Yeah, there's 6 volumes that were
Yeah.
written by the original author, and then his son took over, but the quality is very different. I don't recommend
yeah.
going past the 6th book. The 6th.
Yeah. So I'll be checking that out. And then the week after, because there's a book I'm almost done with, and we're going to be reading the graphic novel version in a authorized adaptation of Fahrenheit 451 after that. So if either of those interest you, return, dear visitors, because there's plenty of fun to be had in the near future.
Shall we play your trailer? Is that still?
Yes,
is it
actually,
relevant?
I am currently releasing a sci-fi vampire story. It takes place where
I don't have that trailer though. Do you want to pull it up so we can play?
You don't have that trailer?
I
Which
haven't
one do you
downloaded.
have?
I don't have the file.
How
yet.
dare you?
You suck.
I do.
Life Force.
Life Force, exactly. It's Life Force. We'll tease you with it, all right? We'll see the trailer next week. It's beautiful. I'll send him a
It looks
lovely
great. I just
exclusive
need
trailer.
to download it. I just need the file and upload it here.
He's French. You must forgive
Ooh
him.
la la.
I'll blame it on that.
But I'm currently working on a vampire cyberpunk horror short story series, 8 installments, roughly 4,000 words each, and it is going to be to release with a free EPUB and PNG PDF download for yourself. You could find that at my Substack. That is worldwithoutendlore.substack.com. worldwithoutendlore.substack.com. Come back next week to check out the awesome trailer I made for the story. It's been really fun to write, and we're going to continue to write further short stories as we go. So go ahead and follow me at worldwithoutendlore.substack.com. Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Without end,
Always,
amen.
always a good time with your negative space, dude. That's
Thank you.
a great review. I'd love to be part of it now. Like I'm going to try to bring in a comic once in a while and join in.
It's collaboration with the crowd, you know. The drunker you guys are, the better.
And I need an excuse to actually read my books, and doing these reviews is the excuse I need. We're going to move on with our guest tonight, John Epple. Thank you so much, John, for taking the time out and breaking your YouTube hiatus to come on the show tonight and talk to us about inking, about your projects. Exodus Z is one of them, or Z as we say in Canada. But we're about to be part of the United States, so we should adjust that and call it Z now. Thank you so much for coming on.
Get ready for inches and feet.
Well, we already have that in construction. But can you let us know a little bit where we can find you, what you're working on right now?
I'm currently working on my own stuff in between commissions. I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and X. I believe my name on Facebook, and then Seclusion Studios for Instagram and X, I believe.
Nice. Thank you so much, John. And we're going to go with our new co-host here with the group, Chris Peel. You might not recognize him because he has shaven his most beautiful mustache that he had with the
It's
handlebars.
coming back.
Are you growing it back again? Or are you going to grow a new style? What's happening with that?
Grow a beard.
I am growing it back again.
Back again.
I've had a beard. I've had a beard that was like to here, and it's people are like, "Are you a hobo?"
I've been called a Viking. I don't know why.
Some people get hobo, some people get Viking.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, hobo. Oh, okay. I've got
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah. Not the other one.
Chris, can you
snorted.
tell us what you're working on right now and where can people find you?
I'm doing nothing.
Well, it's not true. You've got your show. You started your show a couple of weeks ago, on
I've
which
been
I
working
was
on
on
my-
one of the episodes, which I think it's probably the best episode, especially since I haven't watched the other one. So got to be. But go on.
Yeah, I got this show. I do. It's okay. Yeah, it's called The Creators Table, and it's a little different. It's not full promo. It's I get together with various creators, and I just want to kind of talk about what their journey's been, how they got to where they're at, and what got them into wanting to create, whether it's writing, art. Oh,
Sorry. I don't know what happened here. There you go. I was just bringing up Justin's comment here. Oh, you're muted now. Are you muted?
huh?
What? Okay. He's fucking with us.
Little bit. That's right.
Justin says you're more of a phobo.
Phobo,
Yeah, you're not a real hobo. You're phobo.
a fake,
Like
Fake
hobo.
hobo.
fake hobo.
Like,
Yeah,
You're
you're
a
just
fake hobo.
basically you're looking like a hobo for the glory and the allure
clout.
of it.
derelict.
Yes.
I want the
Damn
clout.
chasers.
Yes.
The clout of the hobo. But this show, so yes, Frederick was on, probably my greatest opener ever
It's true.
to that show. I use AI as a voiceover, and I found this French voice, and he's like, yeah, this week is our triple threat, indie triple threat. He's artist creator, and it was just fantastic. But this Saturday, I'm doing a live at a special time, a very special.
Hopefully it's not
Creators
at the
Table.
same time as Commando, or else I'm going to have to cut you off.
No, it's in the morning, actually. I'm going to be
Oh.
streaming at 8 a.m. because this week my guest is Darko. I keep wanting to say Starenko, but that's not it. Oh, hold on. Let me get his full name here. I always just call him
Dudley in the bike
Darko.
shop.
Yeah.
Well,
Darko Stoyanovich.
Okay.
Good.
He's an international artist. He's based out of Serbia, and he does a lot of fantasy art for RPG games and books and stuff like that. But I've been a big fan of his art for a long time.
I get the 8 a.m. Clock
Right.
schedule now. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and of course we're in talks for some bootlegger art from this gentleman, but.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's pretty spectacular artist. I actually have a little commercial I cut together. I just posted on X to show some of his art. But yeah, so I'm doing that. I'm trying to build up an audience, and then eventually I'll relaunch the Nostradamus Effect, now known as the Prophet's Curse.
Oh yeah, that's a better name. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. With the skull, you're gonna keep the skull.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep the skull. Rearrange the story a little bit, so it starts modern day. There's not going to be any more, confusion on when the time period is. Plus, I'm getting some artwork to showcase some of the main characters. So I'll be working on that stuff while I'm doing the creators table, and then I'm doing videos randomly on books I pick up. Like, you were mentioning what was it? Mad Cave.
Yes.
Is what the one you just did recently?
Yeah, we had 2 Mad Cave books tonight. Yeah.
I picked up one from Mad Cave. I wanted to give it a try.
All right.
And it was Barbarians Behind Bars or something.
Oh, I seen that one. Didn't pick it up.
It was god awful. It was terrible. It was absolutely
You're gonna need to
horrible.
You should do a review for us next week.
I'm gonna have to
Something about it told me. So
the art
Sounds
was
like
terrible.
a Cinemax title.
It does. Like I felt silly just saying it just now.
Do a review for us. Do a review for us next week, Chris. You can tear it up on stream if you want.
Yeah. But it was god awful. I tell you, my favorite publisher right now is Bad Idea.
Bad Idea. I have to check
Bad Idea is putting out some fantastic stuff. Planet
Yeah,
Death.
tell us more about it.
Because I'm basically
I looked up that barbarian book on Google. I see what you're talking about.
I basically I'm near the end of Mad Cave because I browse through a lot of their stuff. A lot of it does look garbage, and I pick up maybe 1 out of every 15 I look at. And I think I just seen their entire freaking there's their selection right now. They do have a bit of a quality issue in some regards. A handful of good ones, I'll say, but a lot of the books I picked up from Mad Cave, there's always something negative to say about them.
Well, that's what surprised me. That book that we just looked at, that Trinity Tiffany or whatever it was called,
John Tiffany.
Johnny.
That looked great. That's why I was asking, when did this come out?
Yeah,
I wanna give that a
2023. I did not have anything to say negative about this one. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I found it hooked you in straight from the get-go. The art was beautiful, and I'm not done yet. I've just read part 1, but I'll try to get part 2 done for next week so we can do a follow-up on this book here.
What has become a habit of mine is when I come across a terrible comic, I just make it a note to avoid whoever was working on it. Not you. Sorry.
Well, I will tell you one book, and I'll leave it at this. One book that has really surprised me with how good it's been, how fun, entertaining it's been, and that's the Thundar the Barbarian comic book. Has been really
I used
good.
to watch that when I was a kid.
Oh, me too.
I still watch it.
1994, the distant future.
Yeah,
Thundar the Barbarian.
it's been surprisingly good. I thought it was going to be
Who's
I bought it
publishing
just
that?
for nostalgic purposes. Dynamite, I think.
Dynamite. All
That
right.
sounds right.
But and of course, every issue they have in the back, every issue's got 20 or 30 different covers.
Oh, sick. That's nice.
You like that?
Yeah. It's like the Thundercats. Yeah. They got
Sounds
me on
good,
that one.
man. It's happy to hear it's good. Sometimes you think it's going to be
Not to collect them, just to look at them.
that
I
or
like looking
He-Man.
at
You kind of think, it's going to be mostly geared to kids, but sometimes writers pull off a really good story, even though it's quote unquote geared for a younger audience.
And I would totally let my kids read it. It's not adult themed or anything like that. It's not super dark or anything, but it's well done, man. I don't know, maybe I had super low expectations, but you know what I mean? But it's been pretty. I've gotten it's
a lot of comics will do that for you.
Yeah, right. So, anyways, I don't want to take up too much time, but I just thought I'd say those things.
People can find you as Bootlegger on X. And what's your YouTube channel? Is it Bootlegger?
Bootlegger Comics.
There you
Bootlegger
go.
Comics all around.
Follow him. You got a new show to watch. great interviews, deep dives with authors and creators. So it's worth the watch. Check that out. And we're going to move on to our co-host, Mr. Chris Fisk, also known as Chris Number One, because he got ancestry on the show. Chris, how you doing? Where can people find you, and what are you working on? And what is your social security number?
You're supposed to ask me what my was it my first grade teacher's name?
Your mother's maiden name.
Yeah, what street did you grow up on?
What's your favorite color?
Yeah, well, so I'm working on Infinitale Chronicles Book 3. We've already got Chapter 1 out, or at least a black and white version of that. It came free with the crowdfunded version of Book 2. Everybody got the free Chapter 1, 44 pages. We're taking some feedback from that, making some changes here and there, and we're hoping to get Chapter 1 through 5 out by next year. Preferably by the end of the summer, so quarter 3 2027. And yeah, what Nerium, my artist's been doing, has been nothing short of amazing, or at least to me.
Is that her? So, we're looking at her art. We're looking at in your avatar here.
No, this is Z Edge. These are actually video game assets. When I was working on my my Fire Emblem style SRPG, these were
inspiring.
Yeah, these are these were the caliber. So the original incarnation of Infinitale was a tabletop role-playing game, and I wanted to basically bring that to life. But before I did that, I wanted to give a historical primer into the world of Infinitale through the graphic novels Infinitale Chronicles. And the current series follows the War of the Trees, which is a 10-book origin story of the elves of this world, or of a different world that come to this world. And we kind of see some of the richest to rags to holy crap, pretty people with problems getting their asses kicked kind of story. A lot of it's based off of Welsh mythology, ancient Celtic Irish mythology. Our big baddies are the Fovera, or as the more anglicized version is the Fomorians. So it's some pretty nasty customers, and it's I guess it depends. I mean, if you like elves, you'll like the series. If you hate elves, you'll really like the series, because these guys get messed up.
That's a good tagline. Shall we play the trailer?
Sure.
Knowledge is like a seed. When sown in fertile minds, it opens doors to new possibilities. Truth, once buried by the ages, is again revealed. The unimaginable becomes demystified. New wonders are discovered that transcend the limitations of previous understanding. However, some doors should never be opened. Our tale continues with the divergent paths of our heroes. As a naive king toils with ancient powers beyond his control, a grieving queen makes a fateful decision that forever changes their world. Infinito Chronicles. The War of the Trees.
Now your video game, that's going to be a JRPG style.
It's going to be if you've ever played games like Fire Emblem or Shining Force or Final Fantasy Tactics, it's going to be like that. hopefully.
Cool. Now, what would be really fun is if you're playing an elf, it's that style setup. But then if you select a fawn as your player character, all of a sudden it turns into a belt scrolling beat 'em up.
Nice.
And while you're on the spotlight, regular, why don't you tell us what you're working on and where can people find you?
I am currently working on books 3 and 4 in my series, and you can find me over on Amazon. You can check out my books there, Haley Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty Haley's World. You've heard of lit RPGs? These aren't lit RPGs. They're more like lit Metroidvanias. They're action adventure, a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of fantasy, a whole lot of fun. So you go ahead, check them out. They're good for all ages. So not only can you enjoy them, but they're clean enough to share with your kids. So no worries there. Think about it as, the 2000s had Harry Potter. Well, 2026, you got Haley Star. That's going to be a lot of fun. Go ahead, check it out. You will have a good time. You could also follow me over on Substack under Frequency Studios, where I have a short story set in the same continuity about some LA detectives trying to solve a missing persons case in a quickly changing world. And also check out my YouTube channel. Do a channel search for @Wrangler212. And every Monday night we go on and we do the weekly Wing It. It's just a hangout show. We're typically open topic. We don't normally have anything. Occasionally we'll have something lined up. But for the most part, we just get together, hang out, and talk about whatever for a couple hours, starting at 8:05 Eastern.
That's right. You should say that, Chris. I feel wrong saying it each time.
Every time you'll be hearing from my lawyer for the $5 you owe me.
There you go.
That's why you got to say a little different. Say, that's right.
Shall we play your trailer as well?
Yes, please.
Let's do it.
Haley and Elizabeth are back, and this time the spuds are really going to fly. Who's wild? And this time the spuds are really going to fly. And Haley's world. Who's wild? And this time the spuds are really going to fly. Who's world? And this time the spuds are really going to fly.
Yes, an
Very
arm-mounted
special.
potato gun really recontextualizes the phrase carb loading.
There you have it. 'Cause I can't even say "there you go" because that's Scribe's trademark saying because he's Italian. So everyone's got. I got to find my.
I'm
own.
running out of catchphrases.
I need a catchphrase.
Oh mon dieu!
Sacre bleu.
Have you tried? Have you
yeah.
tried I Surrender?
He's Canadian, not
He's not that
from
French.
France.
Oops, we lost James.
Oh, no, you changed it.
Must be his internet. Something's wrong.
It's blatant Francophobia.
Yeah, that wasn't very fair to James. Come on, James, I'll make it up to you. I'll make you a good deal on some French rifles. Never been fired, dropped only once.
Oh,
Slightly used.
Wow. See, this is what I have to put up with every week, folks. You
Just don't ask
understand?
where it came from.
You understand? I'm not going to promote my book tonight because it's off to the printers. So if you backed it, you're going to get your copy in a matter of weeks. It's coming. It's on its way. So I'm super excited for that. Hopefully James will do a review and not tear it up on stream. But you never know. The suspense is killing me. And I'm not going to promote that, but I will promote. I'll be going on Katie's stream right after this. And tonight, she's not on YouTube. She's on Rumble because there's been a lot of drama happening. And we've got an Australian that's flagging channels and getting people kicked off of YouTube right now. And we're going to be talking about that.
Rumble.
We're going to be talking about that and what a mess of a situation it is. So if you want to find out more, if you want to stay up to date on all that good stuff, follow the link in the comments, rumble.com, user Katie did a podcast. So thank you so much for joining us this week. Stay tuned next week. We're going to have a new guest. She's an author that we've been seeing on your show, on Immortal Rising's show, Chris.
Oh,
remember Veiled Legacy?
Oh, yes.
So, Chris, you're the one who put us in contact, I think. Bootlegger did. So Chris, that's my tagline. What are you doing? I've got a tagline.
So
and
you
you're
do have
stealing it.
one.
So, Miss Denny Sankazi is going to be our guest next week, and we're going to be learning about Veiled Legacy, which is about Amish vampires, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fun one.
This one looks great, guys. Yeah, we kind of reviewed the what is it, the campaign page, and
Yes.
she made some great intro videos talking about it. And yeah, I mean, we took away Amish vampires, but no, there's a lot more to that, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, well, hopefully, she'll tell us all about it next week. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications so you stay up to date on our weekly show. We're happy to have you here. Thank you to all my co-hosts who've been here. And I'll see you all next time. Maybe
God
I'll have a
bless
title.
everybody.
Yeah,
Yep, thanks for having me.
God bless. A pleasure as always. Thank you, John. Au revoir, as I say, as my new tag.
Boys.